Congratulations, Don and Jackie. Well deserved, I would say. Our 2023 Outstanding Alumnus is Steve Laing from the class of 1976.
Logan-born Steve Laing spent a good deal of his youth growing, and to the surprise of very few, playing basketball. Loping around the many and varied courts of Cache Valley, he sharpened his skills at the game that would aim him in attaining a first-rate education, one that would ultimately serve untold numbers of other Utahns. At 6'6", he hoped for a spot on the Utah State University basketball squad before transferring, for the benefit of us all, to the other end of the state to play for Stan Jack's Thunderbirds in 1973. That move for the big forward not only gave our squad some much-needed height, but paved the way for the math major to stand tall also among students as he began a storied career in Southern Utah educational realms, winning plaudits for his classroom work while here as well. By the time he'd finished at SUSC, Steve had been named the school's top cager, won the College of Education's prestigious Pestalozzi Award, and had secured a distinctive scholastic spot nearby at Cedar High to establish a unique and interesting program to help prevent student dropouts. And he secured much more as well, a wife. Debbie DeMille was a popular cheerleader and homecoming court member who would join with him in educating youth for many years as a dance instructor, not to mention her crucial role in the growth of the couple's 5 children and 17 grandchildren. Meanwhile, Steve proved truly invaluable as an organizer, teacher, and coach at Cedar High over several years, and in a meteoric rise became assistant principal and then Cedar's top leader beginning in the 1983-84 school year, making him the youngest high school principal in state for a school of that size. From there, Steve's adroit mind and stellar leadership abilities earned him a doctorate in educational leadership from Brigham Young University in 1989, and then led him into the leadership of the state's public education administration circles, culminating with 5 years in the top spot as the state superintendent of public instruction from 1999 to 2004. He was then superintendent of the Box Elder School District and an adjunct professor at Utah State University. Upon leaving public K-12 education, he spent 11 years coordinating USU's administrative and supervisory certificate program and was a clinical associate professor in the College of Teacher Education and Leadership. Along the way, he served as the executive director of the Utah Partnership for Education and Economic Development. Indeed, it has truly been a highly appreciated career of service to others that has characterized the life of our 2023 Outstanding Alumnus, Stephen O. Laing.
As Steve makes his way to the stage, will his family and friends please stand and be recognized.
Wow, it's been really a trip back just to be here today and look around and see so many familiar faces. They're all older for some reason, but they're still very familiar. Knowing that I'd have a chance to say something, and I thought, well, what will I say? And I thought back on my time here at Southern Utah. Then it was called Southern Utah State College, but it was a wonderful experience. And I quickly came up with 16 reasons that Southern Utah, now Southern Utah University, is so important to me. So I'm going to go over those 16 reasons. You got time. Here they are. Kim Jones, Kent Myers, Steve Lunt, Catherine Berg, Steve Heath, Morris Schertz, Marguerite Twitchell, Paul Vorking, Carl Judd, Richard Tebbs, Jim Kotz, Stan Jack, Cleo Petty, Bruce Osborne, and V.R. Magleby. Those who've been around a while will recognize that those are all faculty members. And I can remember being in their classes. And I can remember the impact that they had. Not only in knowing us as students, but in the way they cared about whether or not we learned. I think it just further fueled my desire to be an educator. So as I think back on Southern Utah and why it's so near and dear to me, those are the reasons that come to mind. Now, in my career, I've had plenty of opportunities to come back and be here on the campus, and I've seen it grow and change. There are many more buildings. They're newer, they're bigger, they're more commodious to learning. They handle technology. They accommodate the number of students. Some of them are the same. I can remember some activities in this very ballroom. It didn't look like this. But amongst all of those things, the growth still comes back to the people that you get to interact with. They're the ones that make the difference. The trappings are wonderful. They enable some good things to happen, but it's the individuals. It's the individuals that make a difference. Now, if you were keeping track, that was 15. So let me tell you about number 16. Number 16, of course, was just a few weeks after arriving here in Cedar City, I met Debbie. And the rest has become a history that we've shared together. And I'm delighted to have my 5 children here with us tonight. As I look back and think about my time here, I was blessed for circumstances that enabled me to come to Southern Utah State College. But as I stand here today, I'm a little shocked that I'm here, greatly overwhelmed, humbled, and very, very honored to stand here today, as opposed to that 50 years ago. Thank you President Benson, thank you Ron, thank you to the Alumni Association, and thank you to all of you who are friends, colleagues, and those who have influenced me in my life.